Kinky Friedman here. May the best of the past be the worst of the future. A little bit of a Heaven's Door whiskey. Usually I drink Mexican mouthwash, tequila. But on this occasion, Salon Chaval. L'chaim. Okay. Enough of that. I'm a little under the weather tonight, folks. I went to the doctor, and he said, I've got bad news for you. You've got AIDS, and you also have Alzheimer's. And I said, well, at least I don't have AIDS. All right. Now, this particular, this number is a true story that occurred in our nation's capital. It's called I Love You When It Rains. And it's off the new record, Resurrection, produced by Larry Campbell. Actually, I went out in search of the greatest producer I could find. Unfortunately, Phil Spector was not available. So I went to Larry Campbell. He did a great job. And the whole thing is turning into a financial pleasure for the Kingster. Back to I Love You When It Rains. I see a little dragon on the sea and in the sky. I see her looking at me from the corner of her eye. She was breathing fire and passion into a world that's bound to die. I see a little dragon on the sea and in the sky. And baby, you and I were just two passing trains, one headed for the mountains, the other for the plains. And when the sun is shining, maybe it explains why it is I love you when it rains. Four roses in the garden, two hearts that never mend. Gita is a song of life I'll never hear again. Gita swiped my credit card, went on a shopping spree. From Amazon Marketplace to Anthropology. And baby, you and I were just two passing trains, one headed for the mountain, the other for the plain. When the sun is shining, maybe it explains why it is I love you when it rains. And when the sun is shining, maybe it explains why it is I love you when it rains. Hoo-la-la, hoo-la-la, hoo-la-la. All right, thank you very much, folks. Great to be here tonight. It takes a genius audience to make a genius performance. This next song also is the title track of the record. It's actually a duet with Willie Nelson. And every time I work or play with Willie, I wind up so high I need a stepladder to scratch my ass. But also, I don't like golf. I find golf stultifyingly dull. Willie just loves it, you know. I mean, the only two good balls I ever hit was when I stepped on the garden rake. Stepped on the garden rake. Hoo-la-la, hoo-la-la, hoo-la-la. All right. Let's do this little booger. This is called Resurrection. If you like this little booger. Karen Jones was just 15, could have been homecoming queen, but she had a child and she lived at the Salvation Army. This could happen whenever this happens to me in Europe, because I do have Alzheimer's, I believe. I'm 75 years old, though I read at the 77-year-old level. Let me try this. Karen Jones was just 15, could have been homecoming queen, but she had a child and she lived at the Salvation Army. Now she has a thrift store of her own, raises money for folks without a home. Too bad she'll never find a home for me. And Susie died completely healed. Tom Baker was a friend of mine, knew him in his Irish fighting prime. He was an actor, but sometimes he directed. The Baker man, he was my friend, stuck with me until the end. Came a little sooner than expected. Resurrection, that's the name of the song, Resurrection. I've been down so long, don't know where I'm going, ain't got no direction. Resurrection, resurrection. And Susie died completely healed, but you gotta play the hand you're dealt. Susie, I'm so glad you came along. Embraced by light, bathed in tears, she'd been clean for 7 years, but resurrection was the name of the song. And I still miss my mom and dad, two best friends I ever had. They were always with me from the start. All the shows in all the towns, all the ups and all the downs, they were always with me in my heart. Resurrection, that's the name of the song, Resurrection. I've been down so long, don't know where I'm going, ain't got no direction. Resurrection, resurrection. Now you might think that, we'll get it, hold on a minute. Fuck. You might think that I'm too old, boy, it's fitting perfectly. You might think that I'm too old to be out playing on the road instead of staying home where I belong. You might think that it ain't right to be out driving half the night. No, it ain't right. It ain't even wrong. It's resurrection. That's the name of the song, Resurrection. I've been down so long, don't know where I'm going, ain't got no direction. Resurrection, resurrection. What's in my heart is in my soul, is in a day-old donut hole eaten by an off-duty cop in San Francisco. And the nights are getting colder, but there's an angel on my shoulder. Somehow she always gets me to the next show. Resurrection, that's the name of the song, Resurrection. I've been down so long, don't know where I'm going, ain't got no direction. Resurrection. resurrection, resurrection. Thank you. We'll see you down the highway, folks.